Y or N wake up and didn't saw Taehyung beside her. Means he already left. She sign and look outside the window. Today is their anniversary and he doesn't even wish her. He forget their special day? Or maybe it was a special day just for her. After some times, two maids walk into the bedroom. They hold Y or N and make her sit on her wheelchair. Their grips on her arms were so tight that it leave a mark on her skin. They took her to the washroom and harshly made her do her morning routine. After helping her to take shower, they made her wear a dress. One maid pulled the zip of her dress so harshly that it pulled her skin. She hissed in pain and the place started bleeding a little, but the maid seemed unbothered. After making her sit on the bed again, they left the room, leaving her alone. It's her everyday routine. The maids help her do the morning routine every morning. In this process, they hurt her so many times, but Y or N never said anything to them. She silently bear all the pain. Because according to her, she's a useless person who cannot even do her personal works. But it's not her fault. The situation and the people around her makes her think like this. She spent her whole day in this room. Now it's feel like a cage to her. The maids bring food in this room. And sometimes they even forget to give her food. But Y or N never called them to remind them about it. She stay alone and unfeed until someone brings her something to eat. But sometimes she called the servants to take her downstairs. They do what she said, but with a very annoyed expression on their face, as if she did a big mistake by asking them. Y or N even forget how the fresh air feel like. She started hating her life and herself. But her life wasn't like this when she got married to Taehyung. At first, that time, he used to help her to do everything. He used to take care of her like a feather. He never hurted her even by mistake. In weekends, he used to take her out for a walk. They used to laugh together, smile together. They used to cuddle until she fall asleep. She was happy even though she was disabled cause he never makes her feel like this. But now everything has changed. Taehyung barely spend time with her. Even in weekends, he doesn't stay home. Now, he doesn't cuddle her to sleep. He doesn't take her out at weekend. He doesn't feed her with his hands. He has changed. Y or N laid down on the bed and closed her eyes. Suddenly someone knocked on the door. Y or N looked towards the door and saw a maid is standing there. It's strange as they never knocked on the door before coming to her room. Unless Taehyung's here, as they consider her as nothing. Seeing Y or N looking at her confusedly, the maid spoke. Maid, do you need anything, ma'am? Wait, so much concern. It means Taehyung is here. But why didn't he come to the bedroom? He always meet her first after coming back home. Y or N, did Taehyung came? The maid nodded. Take me to him. Maid, but Mrs. Kim, he forbid everyone to go to him. Y or N, why? Maid, actually he bring a lady with him and directly went to his office room before forbidding everyone to go there. YN's heart skip a bit. Her hands started shaking. Is her biggest fear is getting truth? She somehow managed herself to speak. Y or N, I'm sure he'll allow me there. I'm going to meet him. Saying that, she tried to sit on the wheelchair by herself, but the maid quickly run towards her and help her to sit on it. Maid, what if he scold me if I take you there? I can even lost my job. Y or N, I can go there by myself. Maid, then what if he scold me if I let you go there alone? Y or N, just shut up. Saying that, she dragged her wheelchair to his office. But she became shocked, seeing two guards standing there, and one of them spoke. Guard, I'm sorry Mrs. Kim, you can't go inside. Y or N, move, let me in. The guards look down and step aside. Y or N pushed the door, but got stunned realizing the door is locked from inside. Tears gathered into her eyes. Her head started spinning. Suddenly the door opened and a girl walked out wearing a small tight dress. She's a beautiful Australian lady with blonde hair, green eyes. Her appearance made YN's insecurities reach on the sky. She started feeling an unbearable pain in her heart. Taehyung also come out behind the lady, but he became shocked seeing Y or N there. The lady walk past Y or N as if she's nothing and walk away. Taehyung sit on his knees in front of Y or N and spoke. Taehyung, Y or N, you're here. Do you need anything? Y or N look at the other side and spoke. Y or N, I'm going to my room and please don't go there. I don't want to see your face right now. Saying that, she went from there dragging herself with the wheelchair. While going back to her room, she accidentally heard few maids' conversation. Maid 1, did you see the girl Mr. Kim bring? Maid 2, well of course I did. She's beautiful and sexy, and most importantly, she can walk, not like his useless wife. The maids laughed. Y or N couldn't hold her tears anymore and it started to fall. Maid 3. You know, I was wondering when Mr. Kim will bring a new girl home. Maid 2. Me too, cause a handsome, successful man like him will never stuck with a disabled girl for the rest of his life. Maid 1. Nowadays mans even cheated with their healthy, beautiful wives. And here his wife is nothing but useless. Maid 3. You know it won't be his fault if he cheated on that useless creature. Maid 2. By the way, Mr. Kim and that lady was looking good together. I wonder what they were doing inside the locked room. Maid 3. Probably the things which he can't do with his half-paralyzed wife. Suddenly one maid spotted Y or N there. She signed the other two, making them stop. Maid 1. Me, Mrs. Kim, we were just doing our work, let's go girls. Saying that, they quickly escaped from there, leaving Y or N alone. She dragged herself towards the bedroom. After so many struggle, Y or N fall on the bed and started crying. Y or N, are you really cheating on me? Am I really a burden on him? Like this, she cried until her tears got dry. She was aimlessly staring outside the window, feeling tired of her life. Y or N flinched when her phone rang. She looked at the caller ID and saw her husband. Y or N received the call and placed the phone in her ear. The deep voice spoke from the other side. Taehyung, did you eat? Y or N, she lied. Taehyung, take your medicine on time and Y or N, tell the servants if I need anything, right? Taehyung, yeah. Y or N, you tell this to me every day. Do you have anything else to say? Taehyung, and no. Y or N, then I'm hanging up the call. Saying that, she cut the call without letting him say anything else. Taehyung sighed and looked at his lock screen. He smiled seeing her photo on it. He started caressing the screen with his thumb. He's still sitting on his office room. He wants to go to Y or N, but he knows she's angry on him, and he knows her anger very well. If he go to her right now, she'll shout at him, and which will lead her to breathing problem. And Taehyung doesn't want this. So he decided to go to her after she calmed down a little. He knows she's angry on him because he bring that lady home, but it was for business purpose. Taehyung did $1 million deal with the lady today, and he cannot do it openly cause it's illegal. That's why he forbid everyone to go to that time. And besides, that lady is not even interested in boys. She's lesbian. Taehyung decided to explain this to Y or N after her anger. Get down, cause right now she won't listen. Taehyung, I hope I'm able to give you everything you need, and don't worry, soon you'll be able to stand on your feet. He said and kissed her photo on his phone screen before caressing it again. Suddenly he stopped seeing the date on the screen. Little gasp left from his mouth. Taehyung, it's our anniversary. How can I be so stupid forgetting about our day? First I forget our anniversary and then I bring that lady home. He hit his head on the table multiple times. I need to make it up with her. He take his phone and called his manager. Taehyung, decorate the whole house with flowers and brought a beautiful expensive dress and accessories for my wife, you get it? Saying that, he cut the call and thought, I hope she'll become happy seeing the gifts. After sometimes the manager come and show him the gifts. Taehyung, you have great choice, thank you. Saying that, he walked towards their bedroom with the gifts. Taehyung saw Y or N is sitting next to the window staring outside. He nervously walked towards her and sit down beside her. Taehyung, YN, he called her softly. She slowly turned her face towards him and his heart ached seeing her red eyes as she cried a lot. He placed his hands on her cheeks and spoke. Taehyung, I'm sorry. I forgot our anniversary and also bring a girl home. But trust me, that lady is just my business partner and she's even lesbian. Y or N felt a very heavy weight left from her chest after hearing him. She closed her eyes and take a deep breath filling her lungs. She smiled and was about to say something, but Taehyung handed him few bags, saying, Taehyung, happy marriage anniversary. I hope this gifts will make you happy. YN frowned hearing him. YN, you think these can make me happy? Taehyung, why didn't you like it? Don't be angry, I'll buy more expensive gifts for you. That's it. Y or N lost it hearing him. She threw the bags on his face. Y or N, you got blind by money. Get out from here, I don't want to see you face. Taehyung, but YN, I said get out. She shouted. Taehyung didn't argue with her. He slowly left the room cause he knows she'll get more angry if he stay here and that's not good for her. She started having breathing problem if she shout for a little long. Y or N take the water glass from the table beside her, gulp the water in one go. Y or N? What did he think of me? Did I look like a greedy person to him? In this 9 years he knows me this? She started mumbling everything angrily. Taehyung was sitting on his office room thinking what made Y or N this much angry suddenly. He thought she'll be happy after seeing the gifts. She used to be so much happy if he brought anything for her when they were newly married. Even though those gifts were not expensive, still she used to love them then. What happened to her now? Taehyung was in his thoughts when someone knocked on the door. He looked up and saw a maid is standing there. Taehyung. Does Y or N sent you? Maid. No, Taehyung. Then why are you here? He said, feeling annoyed. Maid, I came here to ask you if you need anything, sir. She said in a seductive voice, running her hands on her neck to chest. Taehyung. I don't need anything, get lost, he said rudely, but the maid went inside the room and closed the door from behind instead of going out. Taehyung. What kind of behavior is this? Didn't I told you to get lost? Maid. Come on, sir, don't act. I know you need someone like me and trust me, I'm so good at this. You don't have to bring girls from outside anymore. She started walking towards him, moving her hips. Taehyung understood her meaning and intention. He spoke angrily. Taehyung. Do you have death wish? Maid. Oh, trust me, sir, I'd love to die in your hands. She started unbuttoning her top. Taehyung smirked at the maid, making her smirk too. Taehyung. Okay, then I'll fulfill your wish. He opened a drawer of his desk and take out a black shiny object. He pointed it towards the maid. The maid widened her eyes seeing him, pointed a gun at her. Taehyung. You'll love to die in my hands, right? Maid. S sir, I'm sorry, I won't do that again. Taehyung. First and last warning, get lost from here and don't you dare to show your face to me again. The maid nodded and quickly run from there. Taehyung fell back on his chair and started rubbing her forehead. Y or N, on the other hand, calmed down a little and started cursing herself for shouting at Taehyung. She shouldn't have thrown the bags on his face. They were heavy and she's sure it hurted him. Nowadays, Y or N get angry on small things, and she often take out her anger on Taehyung. At night, when he tiredly comes home, she shouts on him and he listen everything silently. Y or N wasn't like this before. She used to be a calm girl, but she knows very well that she became short-tempered because of depression. Some people become silent in depression and some become short-tempered. For Y or N, the second thing happened. And she let out all her anger on Taehyung. And why not? Just because of him, she's depressed. First, he barely spent time with her, and she have to stay with evil and negative people all day. And second, he's her only family, her close one, the only person she have, and the only person she loves in this world. So it's her right to let her anger on him. But every time after shouting on him, she regret. And today is not different. Y or N decided to go to Taehyung by her own. Y or N was going towards Taehyung's office when she saw a maid run out from there. Her shirt's button were open, which was making her inner visible. Y or N? What were you doing there? She asked the maid confusedly. The maid started fake crying after seeing YN. Maid, it's your fault. Y or N? My, what did I do and why are you even crying? Maid, your husband tried to rape me. Y or N felt the sky fall on her head after hearing the maid. Y or N? What rubbish, he can never do that. Maid, really, being disabled you expect loyalty from a mafia like him? Tell me, since how long you're unable to please your husband? Y or N looked down hearing her. The fact is they never intimate as she's as disabled from before marriage. Maid, okay, let's forget about pleasure. It's been 4 years since I'm working here and I don't know since how long you both are married, but you can't even give him a child. Maid, every man has needs and they need a woman to fulfill it. But because of your disability, your husband tried to ruin me. Saying that, the maid run from there, wiping her fake tears. Y or N was just sitting there stunned. The maid looked back and smirk. Y or N come inside Taehyung's office and saw him looking outside the window while thinking something. Y or N, if you wanted to fuck someone, why didn't you tell me? Taehyung turned his face towards her hearing her words and stand up from his chair. Taehyung. What? Y or N, if you were that desperate to fulfill your manly desires, you should have told me. I'd let you to fuck me. So what? I couldn't feel my lower part. You could enjoy as much as you want. Taehyung, do you have any idea what you're saying? Y or N? Oh, maybe a disabled girl like me can't satisfy you on bed, right? Taehyung, Y or N? I think you should rest. We'll talk later. Y or N? There's lots of slut out there for you and I don't know how many of them you've already fucked. Then why the hell you tried to rape that maid? Taehyung, Kim, Y or N? Mind your words. He was losing his patience but Y or N wasn't stopping. Y or N? Did I told you to marry me? I'm sorry. It's my fault that I thought you loved me. But trust me, if I knew you married me because you were guilty, I'd never let you ruin your life by marrying a burden like me. Taehyung, Y or N? Stop imagining things. He was breathing heavily to control his anger. Y or N? And why are you even staying with me forcefully? Just throw me outside and marry a perfect woman who can fulfill your needs. I'd happily live my life as a beggar than living with you. Taehyung, Y or N? Stop it right now. He shouted, throwing the flower vase aiming the wall behind her. Y or N flinched badly and let out the tears she was holding. Y or N? Thank you so much, Taehyung. You make me realize that dying is better than this life. She left the room while crying. Taehyung was just staring at the broken glass pieces with red eyes. Suddenly he heard one maid scream, "Maid! Mrs. Kim, what are you doing?" Taehyung ran out from the room and his heart skips when he saw Y or N is dragging her wheelchair to the edge of the stairs. Taehyung, Y or N? Stop, he shouted and ran towards her. She almost reached towards the edge. One move and she'll fall from the stairs with the wheelchair. Taehyung ran towards her and caught the back of her wheelchair at last moment. But soon he realized he just stopped the wheelchair from falling, not his wife. Y or N already fall from the chair and started rolling down from the stairs. After few seconds, YN's head hit the hard floor. The white marble floor turned red within few seconds. Screaming her name, Taehyung ran downstairs. With her blurry teary vision, she saw her husband coming towards her. Y or N? From today you are free from burden, she mumbled before closing her eyes.